This is 100 pieces of cork, and out of all of this, I'm gonna build the tallest Warhammer base in the world. Now if you are wondering, where did I get such a dumb idea? Well...
Needs a cork tower at least 8 inches tall.
And that was the moment I realized that I have to make this happen. I will show him I will make the best, most glorious cork tower that ever came into existence. And not only am I gonna build it, but once it's done, I'm gonna reply to that comment. And yes, that's how cheeky I am. So the first thing that I'm gonna try is just a standard super glue, and I'm just gonna build a huge pillar all the way up. And once I have used all this super glue, I bet that I'm gonna be quite dizzy. Here we go! Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but this cork isn't really ideal for this. The surface on top isn't really that smooth, so I am not sure if I can use this one. Okay, let me try this. I've got a lightsaber. You might think that this is tall enough, but we haven't even started yet. So far we have just 12 cork pieces. Oh my god, we have a long way ahead. Oh. Howdy. I think that I didn't mention it yet, but my goal for this is for it to be taller than me. And for this to be taller than me, I have to make it over 6'1". But now I think that it's time to put it on the floor.
But the first cracks began to show.
Oh man. Oh.
And with this lacking stability, it is very hard to proceed.
I think that we are very close to breaking point. So I'm not sure how far can we make it, but hell, I'm gonna try.
And for a while, it still looks like there is enough stability for it to hold. But with each additional level, chances of failure increase rapidly. And at piece 29, my cork tower began to suffer.
I'm a little worried about stability at this point because this is definitely not straight and I just cannot let it fall over when I am not looking.
So my foolish decision was to glue a lid of a plastic container to the base, which obviously didn't work.
Okay, so after spending a few hours on this thing, I ended up with something that could be used to make your own butter. But is it stable? No. The pillar is simply too thin and too crooked. So what do we do? My first option is to reinforce the base. The second option is to start all over and make it thicker. Or I can just give up. But I am not gonna do that. Besides, I still have to reply to that comment. Maybe he would like to see my cork tower. To decide between option 1 and 2, you have to know what is it that I'm actually building. Obviously the cork tower is not gonna be actual tower, that just doesn't make any sense. So my idea is to make a huge beam of magical or psychic energy. And on top of that is gonna be a Chaos Sorcerer that is casting a spell from his flying disc. And because I'm gonna place this disc on top and there are gonna be flying space marines and debris around it, it's far better to make it thicker. And I should have done this from the start, only if I realized that I could use these thick corks that I use for painting. Okay, we've had enough fun. This time we have some actual strategy. So we have 4 different types of cork. These 2 are mug underplates and they are gonna be on both ends of the base. Then we start with big cork, then medium cork, and finally some small pieces. And the first thing I did is reinforce the bottom. I failed last time not because the base was too brittle, but because we didn't have enough stability. By putting in as many nails as I can, I am making the bottom heavier to make sure it won't fall over. And now we are done with all the thick corks. I don't really sense any intention of falling, so hopefully now it's gonna be just easier. At this point, I am fairly confident that it is tilted. So unfortunately, the likelihood of it falling over increases. So I have stopped using Uhu glue and because it made it heavier, and hopefully it works out.
And as I continue, I'm very close to running out of my supplies. But even that doesn't stop me.
Okay, now I am super worried about stability, because as you can see, it's very tilted, and if I will continue with these medium corks, it's gonna fall over. But I have done some calculations, and it should be possible to make this taller than me if I use these small pieces.
And that's exactly what my sweaty ass did. And after fitting 8 more pieces on top, I have to say that
We are very close. You know what, just to be sure, I could include one extra cork piece. And finally, it f***ing works!
in fact, I was so happy that I immediately took a selfie and sent it to my friends. And that guy, yeah, I have no idea who that is. But hold on a minute, the base is still not painted. And what about this guy? I still have to answer.
But man, I'm so tired! Even took my time and glued on some debris and the Space Marines. You know what? I'm over it. Nah, I'm just playing.
So of course, I took my giant cork dildo and put it in
Here in my garage.
and I started my painting session.
Now listen, obviously my cork tower doesn't look nearly as good as my other projects like this, or this. But you know what they say, if you don't have the looks, you need the size. And we definitely have that.
And to show the size of our glorious cork tower to our Facebook commenter, it's time for a family photo.
Are you not entertained?
And I can't believe it, I got his reaction in 30 minutes.